Hey guys, it's Courtney
and Lex,
and you are listening to The Pleasure Is All Yours. We are a podcast all about the sexual liberation for the Black and queer community. This is a space where we can learn, laugh, and just talk about any and all things pleasure. Because ultimately we want to remind you that the pleasure
is all yours.
It's all yours. What's up, Lex?
What's up, Corey? I'm okay. What is up?
What's up? Let me tell you something right now, because I'll just start this off. If I ask you what's up, and your response is I'm okay, that I can almost guarantee you 99% of the time that person is not okay. Wow.
What is up? It's a beautiful day outside.
Yeah, it is.
I have this yummy coffee. Starbucks has that fucking sugar plum cream cheese Danish back for the holiday season, and that's my fucking favorite. And I had one of those, so I'm really chilling.
You're enjoying this Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go for a walk or just sit outside after.
Yeah.
Because it's just so nice outside today.
Yeah, and you're so fouled up right now, boo.
Even my boots. I even put my boots on.
Yes, it's giving November leaves right now over here. Well, I'm glad that you're doing okay, and I'm glad that you're enjoying your Sunday.
Yeah.
I too am enjoying my Sunday.
Good.
Because you brought me Starbucks.
Yes.
Although they got my order wrong.
They did get the order wrong.
But we worked it out. And
it was okay.
It was still good. I just did some doctoring up here at home.
Yeah, and Courtney has a rosebud ice tray. And she made little rose ice pieces. They were very cute.
Very cute. It's giving TikTok.
Yeah.
Wow.
Capitalism really popped off on this one.
Okay, but to be honest, they have, because I ordered these off of Amazon and they were only $9, and it also came with like a little honeycomb tray. So like I get little like cubic, like hexagonal ice cubes.
Ooh,
it's very cute.
Love it.
It was the best purchase I've made all week.
The good ice. I love that.
I am looking like this, and Lex is looking like this.
No, but first of all, Court looks very cute. I do love it. It's giving. All you need is the big hoops and some like white forces and fit together.
Is that what I should wear?
Yeah.
When we go to the mall.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
It's giving. I'm hot. I know it. Please. Don't step too close.
Sexy Patrick Star. So if you're listening, because I realize not everybody is on our YouTube. If you're not on our YouTube, go follow our YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube, bitch. You can see how cute we look all the time and the fucking shady looks that we give each other during this podcast.
Yeah, that's actually my favorite.
But I'm wearing a lime colored, actually I would say it's more chartreuse, a chartreuse colored velour jumpsuit from Talget. Wild Fable, shout out. And then I have a cute little baby pink FBI beanie on, female body informer today, because I've got some facts for you in this episode. It's all about the facts. We're going to get to the bottom of a lot of things, okay? I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah.
I do have a fun fact, though.
Ooh, tell me.
All right. Before there were traditional pregnancy tests, there were wheat and barley exams that helped determine whether the women in the mid-century 1700s were actually pregnant. So queens and noblewomen would urinate on barley and wheat to determine if they were pregnant with a boy or a girl. I can't imagine that the sexes of the babies could be determined by whether the barley bloomed or whether the wheat bloomed. I just don't see that being very accurate. Yeah. But clearly the foliage thing was like a consistent marker, so that's what they were using all throughout Catherine the Great's reign in Russia.
Yeah.
So, if you guys are in a pinch, I would say run out.
Pee on some wheat and barley.
Wait, I don't know, an undetermined amount of time.
About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. I would say about 2 weeks. And if that shit is blooming, girl, you need to see somebody.
Yeah.
And if it's not blooming, you're in the clear.
Yeah.
And you've heard it here first. If you guys
she
are
said
in a
you need
pinch,
to go see somebody.
I'm just saying, if you guys are in a pinch, that's what you guys can do. Okay.
I love how our thought when somebody's like, I'm pregnant, we're like, oh. But then some people are very excited about that.
I don't know. I just feel like our fan base isn't there yet. But if you are, also congratulations, great for you. I would love to have a family at some point.
Maybe like 10, 15 years from now.
Probably like 27.
That's
27 years.
Yeah.
27 years old, no.
Yeah.
27 years
That
later.
sounds good too.
Yeah.
I feel like I could really Evelyn Hugo my life during that time.
Honestly, hold on a second. Time out. I forgot that you read Evelyn Hugo. If you guys are familiar, there's a book called The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and it is by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Yes.
And she's a fabulous novelist. I've been listening to some audiobooks from her this summer, and finally Lex read this one. Did you like it?
I fucking loved it. I listened to the audiobook.
Okay.
Because I like to do it while I work. And I was just listening to it. I love how they had different voices, so it was easy to keep track of who was telling what, and whenever they were like, jumping around. I really like that. But I love the entire storyline. I love the purpose of everything that bitch did. Fantastic. Like, I just didn't expect it. But then the ending, when I tell you I was listening to this at work, I was in the back. I was counting my money. I was counting my register. And they start, like, unveiling the big secret. I have never screamed so loud in my life. I was like, there is no way. Especially because when she says, like, I know, but when...
No. So I'm going to shut it down because Lex has a really bad habit of spoiling situations.
Either way, go fucking read the book.
Yes.
Read the book. Listen to the audio. Just do it. It's very good. I have recommended it to
It's a beautiful ride.
Every person I see. I've sent like the digital library card to almost everyone in my phone, and I was like, hey, you guys have to go read this book. You have to read it now.
Yeah.
Just go do it.
It is a great book. Anyway, if you decide to read it or you've read it, comment what you thought about 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I also heard they're going to make either a mini series or a movie.
Either way, I would fucking love that.
Yeah, I think a mini series would be better.
Yeah.
It's just so back and
forth.
forth.
And if they did like between 7 and 10 of them, I think that would be perfect. I feel like if each episode was dedicated to different things in the book, that it would make it go very smoothly. It would be understood, but whew,
absolutely,
she's sus.
It's a riveter.
It is very good. It's a very good book.
Sorry
also,
about that segue.
I did also read. I don't know if you will listen to it. The Jeanette McCurdy. I'm glad my mom died.
Oh, I have not listened to that one yet. That one, my mom read that one, and she said it was a beautiful read as well.
Yes,
but I'm also in line for it, so it'll take me a while for me to get it on my audiobook. But I like that she's narrating it. Yeah. I think that makes me more interested.
No, it was like fabulous. I will say, if that is a one, because I've had to tell a couple people this, if it is one that you are interested in reading, I would hope that there's like a trigger warning or something, because it does talk heavily about her eating disorder and like the things that she's been going through and how she got to where she is and where she is in her journey and everything. I just feel like that should be a little something, especially because some people are very sensitive to things like that. Yeah. But still want to read it. So it's like, just be aware.
Trigger warning.
Yeah.
Always. But anyway, yeah, we could talk about books or whatever.
Sorry.
On a different episode. It's my fault, Anyway, so for the pleasure principle today, if you didn't see the title when you clicked, we are busting a motherfucking myth.
Bitch.
All over this fucking channel today.
All over your screen.
I wish I had like better graphic, like talent. Yeah. I would make like right there. Like,
I feel like that's possible.
I don't know. If you see it, it'll be right here, okay? No, bitch, you gotta do the thing. Ready? 1, 2. No, bitch, I said... I didn't even say 3. Okay.
I know.
1, 2. Okay, that's okay. We'll use that one. Anyway. So our pleasure principle today is myth busting some common misconceptions about sex. Misconceptions. We can't make everything a fucking pun, I try.
We're gonna try though.
You will. We will always try. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I put together like a short list, and I go into detail about some of these so you can understand why what you're hearing on the school playground is a myth. I just feel like all of these are things I used to hear in like high school or like things on Reddit. They just don't make any sense.
Yeah, things that people just say out of like unprovoked on Twitter also.
Yeah. There are a few that are interesting. I did learn some things when I was researching this, specifically the first one. But I'm just going to have you guess what do you think it's like a myth or a fact.
Okay.
The first one is lesbians can't get STDs from each other.
That is a myth.
You think it's a myth?
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. Of course.
Yeah.
You can get STDs because are you having sex?
Yeah.
Okay, then you can get pretty much the same STDs that you can get from having sex with a man. Although there are, like, it's a lower percentage than, say, a heterosexual male.
Yeah.
I actually was doing a lot of research on the LA County Department of Health, and they say that lesbian STD rates have increased over the last 10 years, and now they are the same as heterosexual women's rate of STDs. So we really need to be watching out when you're going out and kind of just like doing whatever you want to do, because we can, and it's, how can you not?
Yeah.
Let's just think about where our fingers are going when we're in the club all night. You know what I'm saying? So,
like grabbing on me, yes. Fingers in me, no.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So I did a lot of breakdown here. So I'm going to go down the list of some of the STDs that you can get from a lesbian or homosexual encounter with a woman. So the first one would be herpes, genital warts, and HPV, which are transferred through skin-to-skin contact. BV, trick, which is like kind of like a yeast infection, and chlamydia, gonorrhea are all passed between vaginal fluid. So if you're fingering her and then you're touching yourself, or she's vice versa, or you're using the same toys and she might have VV, you're just giving that shit back and forth, you know, like whether she's your regular partner or not. BV is not so much STD as it is just like a natural fluctuation in your vaginal flora.
Yeah.
But the fact that it can be like transferred back and forth between two people, you have to make sure that you finish your course of antibiotics so that you guys aren't just giving it back and forth.
Yeah.
That's terrible. If you're just over here not being able to drink for 7 to 10 days, and then now your partner can't drink for the next 7 to 10 days because you gave it back to them.
Yeah.
So anyway,
going on.
Yeah. Chlamydia and gonorrhea obviously are going to be passed between vaginal fluid, but honestly, you can also get gonorrhea of the throat and of the eyes. So if you're giving head to somebody and they have gonorrhea, you can get that shit in your throat.
Yeah. I feel like most of the time with most vaginas, you'll be able to tell there's a problem before you put your face there. Like, especially if you are a person with a vagina, you know when something is off with your own. And even just like looking, the smell, even like a slight taste, you know, there are times when you can tell that something ain't right here.
Maybe not so, sometimes like not so much with chlamydia, gonorrhea, like those big ones.
Yeah.
So you just want to really make sure you're getting tested regularly before it gets to that point where you are seeing like the weird green shit that comes with chlamydia and gonorrhea. Okay.
Ugh.
HIV and syphilis have been reported in lesbian exposures. There's a higher chance when a woman is on her menstrual cycle, obviously, because HIV can be transmitted through the blood and sexual secretions. So the menstrual cycle has both of those things.
Yes.
Anyway, I tried to include some safer sex practices that we can use instead, so we can still have a very fruitful and on a whim
Queer
sexual life. Yeah. So using dental dams or plastic wrap during oral with new partners can help prevent herpes and gonorrhea, which can fester in your throat. Eating ass has actually a risk of transmitting hepatitis A and other gut infections. So definitely make sure y'all are like freshly showered. I feel like that is not something I'm going to participate in unless we've both been freshly showered, because any kind of anything can be down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm here to have a good time, not a gross time.
Not Moctezuma's revenge. Okay. So, yeah, that's that. Then washing hands between activities and wearing gloves can prevent HPV, trick, and BV from transmission during fingering and digital play. That one is obviously harder because who wants to wear gloves? But just make sure before you do anything, you're washing your hands.
For the full birthday song,
20
bitch.
seconds.
Come on.
The CDC recommends 20 seconds. Scissoring can transmit pubic lice, crabs, HPV, and herpes. So you want to avoid genital contact when sores are present. Or you can use underwear and like other fabric, like you can hump, with your underwear on, or like hump each other's thigh or something like that when you have open sores. Because if somebody has herpes, they live a very sexually healthy life. It's just about monitoring their medication, and then also when they have open sores and stuff like that. And then lastly, using toys, because obviously if you're inserting yourself anything and then using it in somebody else, you can transmit pretty much anything you can with regular penetrative sex. So you just want to make sure you're using a condom on any pieces like that, or washing in between use, or just bring your own toys. I always recommend bringing your own pieces.
At least one.
Yeah. At least one. Yeah.
But I did wear my strap to the play party once, and I just had condoms for my
dick. Perfect. That's a great alternative.
Yeah.
Treat it like a dick, babe.
Because I pulled it out, and that was the one everybody wanted to use. So it was like, okay.
A little bit for everybody.
The other ones are somewhere else. Okay.
Okay.
We'll use mine. I don't give a fuck.
So, that was the section on lesbian STDs. We're not in the clear, ladies. Well, let's be real.
Yeah.
Be fucking for real. Get checked. I think we mentioned it in like an episode or two ago, but
yeah, we've mentioned it in a lot of episodes.
Yeah. If you're just having sex with multiple partners, get tested every 3 months. If you are in a committed relationship, you can get tested every 6 months. And then if you are not having sex with anybody, get tested once a year. Just cause shit be lying dormant, baby. You heard it here first.
Safety first. That's really what you want.
Okay. Then the second Mythbuster for today.
Okay.
Ran through vaginas are loose.
That's myth? I'm gonna say it's a myth.
Surprisingly, Lex, that is a myth. Yes.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say it's not. I was like, somebody's lying.
I was trying to build up some anticipation, they do in those reality shows.
You did great. It was giving Dr. Frankenfurter.
Okay,
you did fantastic.
I'll take it. Yeah, of course it's a fucking myth. Duh. Vaginas are incredibly resilient. They're elastic, basically, babes.
They give birth to entire heads, like entire people.
And then do you know that vaginas actually get bigger in preparation for sex?
Yeah, to accommodate for whatever is going in.
So they get larger when you're in there, and then they shrink up when you're gone.
That tight feeling when it, like a bitch is about to have an orgasm, that, like, come on.
So no, that is not an issue. However, I will say after childbirth, because of the trauma and the fluctuation of hormones from childbirth and pushing a fucking 8 to 10 pound baby out of your cervix, of course there's gonna be some damage for a little bit. However, vaginas are resilient, and over time, the tissues repair themselves, and the more they repair themselves, the tighter that they'll feel again. They'll be able to contract and expand like they did before she was giving birth to a whole other human life. Yeah. So just wait your fucking turn. Okay?
And if it's something that the woman is worried about, the vagina is worried about, then, I mean, Kegel exercises and things like that. Because I have a lot of like older women that come in and they say that like as they've gotten older, it's just their pelvic floor isn't as strong, and so they will do like Kegel training and things like that, and it just helps keep it tight, keeps the muscle good.
There's creams and all that. So I did say hormonal changes can cause the vagina to feel less elastic or lubricated, but this can be remedied with hormonal replacements, things like Kegel exercises, tightening creams, things like that.
Be careful with the tightening creams, of course. You definitely want to go for like an all-natural version, because there are some things that can severely irritate your vagina. Oh, yeah. And once it's inside, it is so hard to get it all out. And nobody wants to be walking around with a stingy coochie.
Stingy. Ugh. I hope everybody just had a shiver run down their back.
Because I
That
most
stingy
definitely
coochie.
did.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, but vaginas are resilient, so they definitely can get loose and they can snap right back, baby. Snapback game is real. I'm gonna edit that out. I hated that. Okay, the third myth: blue balls.
I think that's a myth.
It's kind of true.
I feel
but-
like
Okay. So
I'm gonna say it's a myth because I'm thinking of the way men use it.
right, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
So it is a myth. It's not. The actual term is called epididymal hypertension.
So it's not a
So
myth.
it's not a myth. It's a fact. However, the extent that these people are making it out to be is totally fabricated. It's over the top, totally fabricated.
Like, you won't jerk me off. My dick is gonna explode.
Yes. So epididymal hypertension refers to mild aching or painful testicles. Some people with balls do experience pain after sex that does not result in orgasm. This is due to the increased blood flow and the expansion of their veins in that area, and that's why it can take on a bluish tint or hue. However, they did specify this was Healthline MD, and I'm going to make sure all of the links are in the description so you can read more about it. They said that if the color is a dark blue or a purple, that's more of like a contusion or a torsion. And that means like something might have like twisted or like loss of blood flow down there, and that needs to be checked out. But them just not orgasming, there's a lot of solutions for that. One is masturbation to ejaculate and relieve some of that pressure. They also said they can just lift something heavy and it'll redirect the blood flow. So you can be like, okay, nigga, go move my couch. You'll feel a lot better.
Add that to the argument. The petty things to say in an argument to a man. You know
Your dick is
what?
still hard?
You got too much going on. Go lift a couch.
Go with the motherfucking couch. Go to war. Release some of that tension. Or you can even just do something non-arousing. So they say, thinking, this was an example on the website, thinking about your problems at work.
That'll
solve blue balls.
That'll kill the mood immediately.
Immediately. So never feel pressured, ladies, or anybody having sex with a penis, that you have to please that penis to ejaculation if you have all of a sudden just decided to stop. There's so many different ways that they can relieve that on their own. They're grown. They got in the situation. They've been in the situation. They can relieve themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That is. So it's kind of a myth, kind of a fact. Epididymal hypertension, that's
Real.
a fact. Blue balls, myth.
Okay, got it.
I like that.
Okay, so it's like a equally true and false.
Yes, exactly.
It's an ambiguous zone. Okay.
Definitely an ambiguous zone.
Okay.
Okay. So these next two I kind of added together. And I just titled this myth, "You can't get pregnant from." And the first one is pre-cum.
You can't get pregnant from pre-cum. I feel like that you can't is a myth.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely a fucking myth.
It's still semen.
It's still semen. It is definitely different though. I'm
Yeah.
gonna break it down for you in case you ever wanted to know the contents of pre-cum.
Okay.
So pre-cum is a fluid. Okay. So Lex never wanted to know the contents of pre-cum. It's clear.
No, it was just the way you like prepped yourself to say it into the mic.
I wanted to get this right for you guys.
Yeah.
I did a lot of research.
You're doing fabulous.
Okay. So anyway, pre-cum is a fluid that is released from the Cowper's gland, which is a little gland right below the prostate. Its main function is to neutralize the acidic urethra in order to make the environment of semen more healthy to pass through, because semen do not thrive in an acidic environment. So it's like that pre-cum lubricates and kind of coats the urethra with a neutralizing agent. That way the semen can pass and still be alive when it ejaculates into a vagina. This whole next section is looking at sex only for reproduction, because that's what our bodies were like made to do. So regardless of who you're having sex with, it's going to react the same way. Your penis is doing all the same things regardless of who you're having sex with. So it also coats the inside of the vagina. It's also meant to coat the inside of the vagina and make the vagina more hospitable for semen as well. So it neutralizes a lot of the acidity that's in our vaginas because our vaginas are naturally acidic. Yes. So it's also provides some lubrication for the head of the penis and wherever that penis is going. It's fabulous. However, even though it comes from a separate part of the male reproductive system, most tests do show that pre-cum has at least 40% semen. So
you still get pregnant from that shit.
It's still giving, pregnancy possibility. I just say, as a rule of thumb, anything can get you pregnant. There's no such thing as you can't get pregnant from, bitch. Because if you Google it, bitches have gotten pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's the first one. So typically, I would just put on a condom from start to finish.
Yeah.
I wouldn't risk it for the biscuit. Yeah. Just don't do it. The next one is you can't get pregnant from period sex.
I feel like you can still get pregnant from having sex on your period.
Absolutely, bitch.
Okay.
You can.
I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever wanted to know, I'm going to break it down for you guys again. Because I did all this. Hey. We really need like a sound guy in here.
We just need one of those little things. No, it's I don't know. It's usually like maybe like those 6 ones.
A soundboard.
Yeah, that thing. We can get one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a radio guy.
Do we have any sugar daddies that watch us? Anyway, period sex. So you can get pregnant through period sex. I would want to say it's rare, but I'm not even going to tempt you guys because just always go into things imagining that if you don't take the right precautions, you're going to get pregnant.
Yeah.
I don't, but don't live like me. Now I have the IUD. If you have sex without contraception, you are always at risk of getting pregnant, regardless of the time and regardless of the time during menstruation. This is because semen can live in your vagina for up to 7 days. And if your cycle is usually about 7 days, some people are a little shorter, some people are a little longer. You just don't want to take the risk. Understanding your cycle is really the key to answering this question with some nuance to it, because there is, like natural forms of birth control that women use, which is just like monitoring their monthly cycles. And that's fine and dandy. I say if you're going to try it that way because you don't want to take birth control, you don't want to have something hanging out of your cervix all the time, you don't want to have something shot in your arm, but you still want to have like nice natural sex with your partner, then natural birth control might be the way for you, but you need to be tracking your period for like 3 months consistently before you actually use that method to like base having unprotected sex.
I know my period pretty well, I feel like.
So your ovulation occurs 12 to 14 days after the first day of your cycle. If you're looking at it on a 30-day map or calendar of like a woman's whole cycle, day 1 is the first day of your cycle. That's day 1. So then you track all the way to when your period ends, and then 12 to 14, and then 2 days after that. So like you want to look from the day your period ends to like the 16th day of your cycle. That is the window where you have a high likelihood of getting pregnant because you're ovulating on day 12 to 14, but you also just want to pretend that you're ovulating on day 10 and 11 and so then 14, 15,
there's
16.
Literally like maybe 2 days out of the month where you're like...
Yeah, and you just really don't want to risk it because if you have sex on that 3rd day before the 2 days, that could be all you need, bitch, because it's going to last for 7. So, like, just make sure you're watching your body, taking your temperature so that you know exactly what days you're ovulating. But it all just depends.
Hey, I would just like to put out there, vasectomies are reversible.
They are. Try to convince a 24-year-old man to get a vasectomy. Try it, bitch.
I'm just saying, not start them young as in give them vasectomies young. Start them young as in giving them knowledge of all versions of birth control, whether it is just for the uterus or for a penis, and treat them all equally, but also emphasize on how much change a uterus goes through when introduced to like an IUD, birth control, a shot, whatever it is. And then just say the risks. These are the risks. I feel like if you were just giving the information, and if we could maybe help society with this whole obsession with the male seed, then we could be great.
We could really get
That's
somewhere.
all I'm saying. We could really get somewhere.
Yes, yeah.
Because then I feel like it could be something like at age 18, your doctor would ask you, okay, these are just how they start suggesting birth
Right
control
before
to
college,
us.
18.
Okay, suggest the same thing for the same exact reasons. Hello.
Yeah. You guys can father 365 times 3.
AKA Nick
women
Cannon.
A year. Yeah, literally Nick Cannon. You guys can be Nick Cannon. But Nick Cannon's wives or
Baby mamas.
how many can there possibly be? Okay, no, that didn't make sense because there could be so many.
Yeah, especially because now he's on 12.
But she can't have 12 kids in a year. She can have
No.
one child a year. She physically can have one child a
Yeah.
year. Come on, y'all.
Get with the program.
Get with the program.
Here's the wagon. Hop in it.
Bitch, we're choo-chooing down the street. Don't know what that means.
We're going down the street.
I don't know. We have one more myth for you, though.
Okay. Is it a myth or not?
Oh, it's a myth busting thing that we're... It's a myth. I don't know, bitch. All I know is that it's a good one.
Okay.
Certain size penises can't fit into condoms.
I think that's a myth.
So if he tells you that his dick is just too fucking big, it's too much of a honker to fit into an XL condom, because they fucking exist. It amazes me when you really think about the things people say to you.
A honker.
That's what you're to make it sound like, oh, my dick can't fit into condoms. That's what you're making it sound like. A honker, a ham stick. What else do you want me to call it?
Like roll of pastrami.
Yeah, like something dense and
Huge. But there's not even just XL condoms. There are extra large condoms.
But can I say, you don't even really truly need those, because today, me and Lex put a condom on a wine bottle.
Our favorite condoms, Skin Elites.
These are not extra large. These aren't even large.
These are the regular
They're
ones.
just like extra lube, right?
No, they're the ultra thin, ultra soft, non-latex condoms. They're the best ones because there's no rubber taste or smell. They are really soft. I'm not allergic to latex, but my vagina is very sensitive to it, and this is always the perfect opportunity. It's always in my hoe bag.
Absolutely, always. I love Skins as well.
And I hope you're looking at our YouTube, because we put a condom on a wine bottle.
Boom. And this is just a regular fucking condom. This is not a large condom. This is nothing. I wish you could see a little bit better. I might just put a little picture inserted in there too. But we got it all the way,
almost
about
halfway,
a little bit less than halfway. So I would say this is maybe 8 inches.
But like the girth also, how far it stretched. It literally fit over a fucking wine bottle. Like,
so please do not tell them. This is a regular condom. So if you get the biggest condom they have, you know it's going to roll right over that dick, because it's not 14 inches.
yeah.
This wine bottle is probably about 14 to 16 inches. So, but yeah, don't let them ever tell you that shit either. Pre-cum, blue balls, wine bottles.
Things that men made up to make women feel bad about not wanting to fuck them. AKA coercion.
We just busted a myth all over this camera. Well, surprisingly, that was all I have.
No, but I think you did absolutely perfect.
Did you learn something?
I did, yeah. The pre-cum thing I wasn't privy to.
Okay.
Like, wasn't privy to as in like
The mechanics behind it all.
yeah, I didn't know like it came from a different gland.
Yeah.
It basically pushes the pee out.
Okay, and it's important.
Yeah.
You know, even if you don't like fuck a lot of penises, it's good to know. Maybe you'll have like a penis having person.
I
one
like
day.
to have a penis encounter every now and then.
Who doesn't? Yeah. Anyway, but that's really all I have, and I decided not to include a Reddit today because we just basically did what we did for Reddit
Yeah.
all episode, because nothing on Reddit is factually based.
Yeah. Some of it. Sometimes you'll find one of the comments that's like, this bitch is intelligent.
Yeah, she's trying to clear the air.
It's just like, actually, all you bitches are weird.
Yeah. This is the fact. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you guys learned something too.
Ooh, wait, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Can you remember any experience where you've had a guy say any of those things to you?
Probably the pre-cum part, because like, you know, when you're young, guys are big on like, oh, let me just feel it like one time without the condom. Like, let me just, and I'm like, you're dribbling, man. Come on. Wipe yourself. But even when I was younger, I was like, no, let's just put this shit on. Because also pre-cum carries STDs.
Yeah.
Like,
I've always been deathly afraid of getting pregnant, so.
Wow, yeah,
like,
really?
Terrified. I do not want that. No, I don't want that. Terrified as in it happening without me being ready or wanting it at that time.
Oof, yeah.
Terrified of that shit happening. Yeah. I think there was once when I was younger, and I just remember this happening because I was freaking the fuck out. I like made out with this guy, and coincidentally I had got home and my mom was like yelling at me about something. She thought I was doing something with someone, and so she was saying something about me getting pregnant. She was like, you know, some people just be kissing and get pregnant, and I'm like,
oh no, spreading all this misinformation.
Yeah, and so I like freaked out, but I was on my period at this time, like I was in that menstruating age, and so I remember I think I tricked myself into thinking I was pregnant because I made out with this person. My period was like 3 weeks late, like, and I was freaking out. I was like literally was freaking out like every night in there, just like waiting, like literally sitting on the toilet just waiting for my period to come, you know. And it just didn't.
That's so sad.
It's awful, yeah. But it's okay because when it did come, I was like, oh, we're good.
In the clear.
Yeah, and then I was like, maybe I should never Google anything ever again. Because I was gonna Google something else, but then I was like, you know, I don't. What if I am pregnant? Even if, because you know, you didn't know I was pregnant. That was a show.
I know a woman that actually happened to. She was 7 months pregnant.
Yikes.
When she found out she was actually pregnant.
Yikes.
But she was having her period the whole time, with drinking the whole time.
Big yikes. Hey, those are, I feel like those people are like Amazons. They have to be descendant, because what the hell?
The will, it hurts my heart. Can you imagine?
Imagine right
like,
now.
Can you bitch, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, it would actually be very, like, mentally, if that's ever happened to you, you are a very strong person to be able to, like, switch your whole life around for a human being that you didn't expect and kind of didn't want.
Yeah.
I might edit this part out too. I don't know.
No. It's reminding me of that TikTok I saw where it's like, fuck them kids, but fuck them kids like when you can get rid of them. Once they hear, he said, I guess I'm auntie, uncle, grandpappy. I guess I love you.
Yeah. I know I was your biggest hater like 9 months ago, but now,
like those ones where it's like me babysitting my best friend's kid after I told her to abort it.
I'll be your best friend. I was just saying, I can't wait till my friends start having kids, as long as it's not me. And they want the kid, obviously. Yeah. But like, I want to be an aunt, and I want to be like the best aunt I can be. That way I don't feel like I need to be a mom.
Yeah.
If I'm the best aunt I can be, I don't have to be a mom.
Being an aunt is very satisfying, I would say.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah.
I like being able to give them back.
Yeah.
But I also like being able to like really, I think about the kind of person I wanted to look up to when I was younger. And so whenever my niece is around, I definitely am like, I give her a lot of random affirmations, you know, and we do whatever she wants. And she'll be like, you know, I really just affirm her. That's really it. Cause I feel like that's what you need at an age like that. And so sometimes we walk in a room and I'll be like, oh my God. She'll be like, what? I'm like, you're the prettiest person in here. Did you know? Did you notice? Because I noticed. And she'll be like, no, you're the prettiest. I'm like, no. We're not talking about me. You just got to say thank you. And then we'll go on. Yeah. And then she'll say thank you. And then we'll go on about our day.
I love that.
So I like to.
Teach them young.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, you should have that because you want it.
Yeah.
You want that? Totally get it because you should have it.
Definitely. Oh, can somebody have a child? So I can be.
There's only one somebody in our friend group two somebodies in our friend group that I would think would even
get on it. Anyway, I feel like we have a little bit of time, and I'm gonna preface this by saying I have no extra information for you.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no fucking idea how things were calculated, how this was determined. Oh, yeah. I was sent a link. And I clicked on the link and I took a quiz of all the most personal questions you could possibly ask a human being, including my demographics. I got a result, and I'm taking that result and I'm sharing it with you. Okay. So I took a quiz, and it was, what's the title of the quiz? It was like, she stay calling me while I podcast.
It's called the Kink, the guided, what is this called? Hold on. It's in our text thing. It's called the Big Kink Survey. We'll link it in here too.
Yeah, yes.
Not as good as the BDSM one.
No.
I'm not gonna fucking lie. It's not nearly as good.
Okay, but that's also not the point.
They have
of the BDSM
they have good questions.
The questions are good, and I think the point of the quiz is funny. Yeah. So, what was it again? The name of the quiz?
The Big Kink Survey.
Okay, and the point of the survey is it's going to ask you a whole bunch of questions about the kinks and fetishes that you enjoy, things you might not be interested in at all, some of your demographics, your basic information. They won't ask you for your email or phone number or anything like that. But it's going to put you on like a ranking of which popular like cartoon character relates to your kink level.
Yeah, and then there's a kink score.
Yeah, but we don't know what this is based on, so I don't even want to bring up the score. Yeah. But it took our separate kinks, and it pulled like a random character that we might feel like is the same kink level that we are. And I did receive SpongeBob SquarePants, which I thought was really fucked up. Okay,
because he's asexual,
and like at the same time, I feel like you can be asexual and still like be fucking kinky. Yeah. So I feel like I can definitely see SpongeBob being a little bit of a kinkster.
I guess, especially if they're, because I've known an asexual person to be sexual with like the one person. Yeah. And that be like a person that they feel comfortable with at least sometimes doing sexual things with. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where they got that from, and I just don't know. I don't know if they consider the person that created this test considered SpongeBob to be asexual. So I don't have a marker. But I do know I was SpongeBob, and I love SpongeBob. But I was a little upset because I feel like I wanted something a little more sensual. I don't know, a little more video vixen, like Jessica Rabbit or like
Poison Ivy.
Yeah, like something like, I don't know, bitch. Yeah. Even the Joker to me is like sexy.
He's a little deranged.
Yeah, a little deranged.
A little crazy.
But then again, you asked me the other day, I think, like, what is like some like you know, like what is my weirdest kink or something like that. Oh, actually no, you did not. It was one of my other friends. Like, he asked me what was my biggest kink, and I was like, I actually don't think I have like any kind of weird fetish or like anything super extra. I'm just not vanilla. I just like to do a lot of things, but I wouldn't call any of these things like something I crave or like something I need or like, you know. Anyway, what did you get?
I got Batman. And I guess, like, Courtney's reaction was like, that motherfucker's freaky as fuck.
As fuck. That's hot. Bruce Wayne? He's alone, dressed in all black, spandex, kicking people's asses, and then just going to brood by himself with his little weapons and his ass. That's hot as fuck.
I mean, the brood by yourself sounds a lot.
He lives in a cave, bitch. That's like literally a vagina. He lives in a vagina all the time.
I guess because I don't really know much about Batman, so I just see him as Batman. And I think of Batman from the Harley Quinn HBO special.
Okay.
But then
he's giving subby.
Yeah, that's what, and so I was like,
That's a comedy, though.
I know. But I'm just like, that's what first came to mind. That's why I was like, Batman.
I think it's hot.
But when you describe it like that, I guess I get it.
I think it's like the underworld of sex, you know? I like that.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to fuck Batman. What's the superhero you wanted to fuck?
Poison Ivy.
Yeah, definitely that too, yeah. Okay, what's an Avenger you'd fuck?
Wait, no, Storm's not an Avenger.
That's fine. That's an X-Men.
But yeah.
Same world, kind of.
Because fucking Halle Berry.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm over here thinking like the cartoon versions of these things, and then you're like, no, give me the hot actor Hollywood.
Give me, because that's what I'm thinking of.
So when you thought of Poison Ivy, did you think of Uma Thurman or did you think of the cartoon version from?
Both.
Okay, I thought Uma Thurman looked kind of crazy as Poison Ivy.
I loved Uma Thurman. That is the only Batman movie I have ever seen. I'm not gonna lie. That's the only one I've ever seen, and I specifically remember it because of the Poison Ivy scenes. And I'm like, I want to be this bitch. Yeah. I want to like be on this bitch. Like, this is fabulous.
Okay, yeah. I thought she was hot in Kill Bill.
Yeah.
But other than that, Uma.
But then like the cartoon version of Poison Ivy is obviously a black woman.
Okay.
And I like her.
That's
hot.
the vibe you got?
That's the vibe I got. Like,
wow.
Meghan Markle, black woman.
Okay, a little easier to digest.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
That's the kind of
Catwoman was definitely.
Oh, Catwoman is definitely black. Like, absolutely.
I think she's played by Sanaa Lathan.
Yeah, but even that one, there's that episode too. I think it's like an award show or something.
Oh yeah, she gets up.
You only gave me this because I'm black, and surprise, it's named after a white man.
That's funny.
Like, wow. Yeah.
Anyways, darlings, again, I hope you learned something on this episode of The Pleasure Is All Yours. I know not everything is pleasurable, like learning that as lesbian and bisexual women, you are still getting STDs the same rate as heterosexual women who are only having sex with men. Yeah. Is a tough pill to swallow.
And bad sex at that.
Depends. Okay.
I'm talking as a generalization.
Yeah. Yeah.
Orgasm gap, okay?
Yeah. I mean, the proof is in the pudding and it's in the stats. We can bring it up again. Anyway. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Oh, I wanted to give a shout out and a thank you to any of the people that have been subscribing on YouTube or just like engaging with us or just listening to us. We notice, every month that we just kind of like keep growing. So we want to do that. And we just want you guys to interact with our socials, reach out on Instagram, share with your friends, post on your stories, we'll repost you, boo. And we like giving gifts to like our supporters. So the more we know you guys support, the more we can give you guys cool, fun little shit. Yeah. And yeah, thank you. Yeah. Press that subscribe button, bitch.
Please.
But we love you.
We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Absolutely. Bye.